Viwoods AI Paper Mini. Let's talk about it. Welcome everybody back to the channel. This is 2530 Media and I am Aaron Reed. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, don't make it your last. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you get those notifications when I make new videos. And of course, if you're coming back for second, third, fourth, and hopefully fifth and sixth times, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button. So today we are talking all things of the 7 to 8 inch size category in e-ink. And if you guys been following the channel for any amount of time, you know I've been searching for that perfect 7 to 8 inch size e-ink tablet to fit a certain use case I have for travel and for work and for things like that. So today we're going to be talking about something I recently picked up about a week ago. It's going to be the Viwoods AI Paper Mini. So in this video, we're going to talk about the note-taking experience on the Viwoods AI Paper Mini. Now, the AI Paper Mini has about 4 different note-taking apps that are native to the device. But today we're going to talk about what I believe are the main 2 important note-taking apps on the device. That's going to be the Paper app and the Meetings app. Now, the Paper app to me is where you're going to do a lot of your long format writing. Maybe if you're doing some journaling or some creative writing, maybe some brainstorming activities. You're working on a research paper or you're doing some studying. You're at work and you're working on a task. Whenever you're going to be doing some long format writing, you'll probably do that in the Paper app. Now, the Meetings app is a note taking app that is native to the device and it's dedicated or tailored to taking notes while you're in meetings. So, if you're in that staff meeting at work or if you're on a Zoom or Teams call, you probably would be working within that Meetings app. Both apps are great for note taking, but they do have different tools. When it comes to organizing your notes on the AI Paper Mini, the Paper app has its own organization format. So you'll be able to create folders and subfolders to save your notes and documents within the Paper app. But you won't be able to save any other notes from any other apps like the Meeting app inside the Paper app. The Meeting app, however, doesn't have a folder system. You create a meeting note, you give it a name, and it's just there essentially in just one big folder. So all of your meeting notes, even though they're not related, will be in just one big folder inside the meeting notes. So that's one thing to take in consideration when you're thinking about buying this tablet. But now what we're going to do is take a look at using both the Paper and the Meetings app on the Viwood AI Paper Mini. So let's get into it. Now let's get started taking a note. We're going to hop into the Paper app. So the Paper app is going to be one of the note-taking apps that is native to the device. And we're going to access that by using one of the widgets on the home screen. We're going to tap on Paper. Once we've tapped on Paper, we have a couple of options here. The first one is going to be to choose from one of your previously used notebooks. Or if you hit the plus sign, you'll be able to pull up a blank sheet of paper for you to take some notes. Outside of that, you have your Quick Notes icon. By selecting Quick Notes, you'll be able to go into a section of the Papers app that allows you to assign some templates that you would like to use for quick note taking. If you want to change which template you want to use for your quick notes, you simply select the plus icon here next to the magnifying glass. That's going to pull up the 33 preloaded templates that the AI Paper Mini has on it. You can go through here and find which template that you want to add to your quick notes page. Up here, if you want to, you can change the given name of these templates to whatever you want to call it. Once you select that template, change the name if you like. You can always go to create. Once you hit create, you will add that new template to your quick templates page. You also have the ability to go into your folders. So the Paper app has its own filing system that is native to the Paper app only. So any notebook that you save within the Papers app is going to be saved in this filing system. You won't be able to save anything from any other notebooks on the device, but you can save all of your notebooks that you create within the Papers app. You will be able to create a system of folders and subfolders to categorize your data. On the left side of the toolbar, of course, you have your Papers home screen. So this icon is going to allow you to import a PDF for you to use as a note template. So if you have a PDF that you want to write on and use within your Papers app, you'll be able to do that by uploading it through here. This is going to be your favorites section of the Papers app. So if you have some notes that you want to make your favorite, something that you want to quickly go back to time and time again, you will be able to just mark that as a favorite, and this is where that will be displayed. This is where you're going to have all of those notes that you lock and give a password. Those will be displayed here. And of course, last you have your tags. The Papers Notebook section of the AI Paper Mini allows you to use the tagging system. Now, this tagging system will tag the page, not a word or a key phrase. It won't make a header, but it will allow you to tag that page with a tag. Once you create those tags, you simply can name them here. So let's create that first note. What we're going to do is we're going to select the creation symbol here. It's going to be on the right hand upper corner next to the search icon. From here, you will be able to select the template that you want to use. Like in the quick notes, we're going to select the line template, but if you want to rename that line template to something else, you have the ability to do that here. Now we've created our first note. You'll notice that you have the date and time that the note was created, and you have name. The name gives you the ability to name this sheet or notebook whatever you want to name it. Whatever title you want to give it, you would do that there. So on the left side of the page, you have your toolbars. Now you have the option to minimize the toolbar by selecting this bottom icon here. Now you've minimized your toolbar and it allows you to use the entire width of the page. This top icon is going to allow you to switch between which pen styles you want to use for writing. They have everything from a ballpoint pen to a calligraphy pen to a fountain pen. You have a fine liner pen. You have a pencil. We have access to a highlighter as well. This last one is going to be like a marker type of pen. You also can choose different colors from black to dark gray to medium gray and then light gray. You also have the opportunity to change the line thickness of the pen that you're using. And it looks like we have the opportunity to have at least two separate pens available to use. So I have the ballpoint pen here and I have a highlighter just in case I want to highlight something. Our next icon is going to be our eraser tool. So with the eraser tool, you have three options. You have the circle erase, looks like just a normal erase, and then you have an option to erase all things on the page. Under that is your text box. Once you select that, your text box will come up and that will give you the opportunity to use the write to text feature, or you can just use the simple keyboard for text input. Once you input things there, you will have the opportunity to move the text box around. Our next icon is going to be our AI button. That's going to give us our AI commands and controls. You can do everything from analyze your content to generate an email from the handwritten notes that you've made. You can use AI text conversion to convert your handwritten notes to text. You have an AI assistant. The AI assistant will allow you to go into the AI chat GPT and give it some commands to do your AI needs. This next icon is going to be your lasso tool. Your lasso tool will allow you to select any text that you've written down, and you have some tools to use with that. So let's look at that right quick. So now we're going to get our smart lasso and we'll lasso it. So now you have a couple of tools at the site of selection for you to use. You have the AI tool again. You have a clipping tool. You have a copy tool. You have a text box tool where you can add a text box. This next one is going to let you actually select your language. We have our select to English. And of course, that last icon is going to be the delete or trash can button where you can delete whatever word that you just smart lassoed. Next, you have your forward and backwards buttons or do and undo. The next icon is where you can create a tag for your page. So once you select that, you can either create a new tag by creating a tag and giving it a new name, or you can tag your page by some of your previous tags that you've used. So for this one, we'll just tag this as review. The next icon is going to be our page view. So if you have multiple pages, you can click that and see those page dials. We only have one page, so there's only one to see. The next icon is going to be your layers icon. So you can add layers to your page. If you want to add layers to your page to add more information, then have it visible or not visible, depending on what you're doing, this is where you'll do that. Within the layers section, you can also change the template for that new layer that you're using. So this next icon is going to give us the ability to change our template. So if you get into your note and you realize that you don't want a line page, you can click here. And from here, you'll be able to go back and choose what type of template that you want to use, whether if it's a whiteboard, one of the dots, maybe one of the drawing templates, one of the planning templates, whatever you want to choose from out of the 33 preloaded templates. Or if you want to load your own custom template that you have, you can go to customize. You'll click this and then you'll load that PNG or JPEG file for your use. This last one right here is going to be your security lock. That's what I call it. It gives you the ability to create a password for that note. Once you put that in, you can have that password protected if you have some sensitive information within that notebook you don't want anybody else to access but yourself. You can do that. You can also enable the use of the fingerprint unlock that we have here available to us on the AI Paper Mini. Once you do that, you set up your password or you put use fingerprint, you hit confirm, and then you'll be able to lock that note. So the last icon here is going to be a settings icon. You go there. This is where you'll see information about your page. You can add a page. This is where you can share the page in Notebook. This is where you can associate it with a date. So when we click in here, this will give us the option to associate this page with a date, either the present date, a date in the future. Once you do that, you hit confirm and you've created that, your note will be available for use or access from the daily app, which is the AI Paper Mini's calendar app. And we'll go into that a little further down the line. And of course, this last one right here, this is just simply going to be the way that you hide your toolbar. So let's get some writing samples in right quick. So now that we have some sample writings here that we did with just a couple of samples of the pens that we have here at our disposal through our pen selection. So now that we've created our first note, like I said, you do have a couple of options when you go down here. We can add another page if we wanted to. If we wanted to share, we could share. We have Aaron's note. You can choose to share just one page or all pages. You can also choose which format. The formats that we have available for us are going to be the PNG, PDF, or the simple text. And you have a couple of ways to do that. You can share via QR code, which will be able to take you to that VI transfer. You can also email using your email address that you have associated with the device. You can do the VI transfer, which is going to take you to Viwoods, a version of a partner app, but it's really not a partner app. You also can use Bluetooth transfer. However, I have not been able to get the Bluetooth transfer to work for me. Again, we talked about associating with daily. And you know what? Let's go ahead and do that so I can show you guys what that looks like. We're going to select July 13th, 2025. We're going to hit confirm. Now let's view the daily. So as you guys can see, we're at the calendar app or the daily, and we have associated our note with July 13th. Let's zoom in so you guys can see that. So this icon right here is going to let us know that we have a note associated with July 13th, which happens to be the note that we created. So all we have to do is select that icon. It'll let us know, select the paper Aaron note. We want to select it. And now it takes us to that note. So now let's take a look at the meeting notes. Like we did with the paper app, we're going to hop into the meeting notes app. Now this is going to be a little different. So when you get to the meeting notes, a couple of things that are different is going to be our tools. Over here on the left-hand side, you have the option for your normal meeting apps home screen. You have the option for any favorites that if you made a favorite. You have an option for any secured or locked notes. And then, of course, you have room for your tags. So if you've tagged any notes, this is where they'll show up. If you see here, we have one note that has been tagged with soap. I don't know why I named the tag soap. The only other options you have outside of selecting a recent note or creating a new note here is searching through your tags with the magnifying glass or going here to create a new meeting note. Now, just like in your paper app, you have a couple of preloaded templates for meeting notes here at your disposal to use. You don't have as many choices as we do in the paper app. It looks like we only have about 12 choices, but I'm sure you'll be able to find a template that can fit your note-taking needs. And just like in the paper app, if you have a customized template that you want to use, that you've created for yourself, that's specific to whatever note-taking you need to do, you can load that here, and it has to be a PNG file or a JPEG. So just like in the Papers app, you would create that note. So we'll go here and we will just create a regular template. And so this is just one of the templates in the dedicated notes app for meetings. You can have place, you can have an agenda here with some bullet points that you can actually add to. On this side, you can add some attendees, and then you can take your notes. I haven't taken more than 3 pages of notes today. However, I think you have as many pages as you need for your meeting notes. So of course you have your pen selection like we did last time. Of course you have your eraser again. You have your text box again. You have your smart lasso. You have the opportunity to change the template. We still have our pages dial. Of course, you have the opportunity to secure your document. We have the tag system again. And we also have our AI options again. Now, these AI options are slightly different. The difference here is going to be meeting minutes. Meeting minutes will allow you to create minutes based off of the information that you've inputted into your meeting notes. Outside of that, you still can generate an email. You can still pull up your AI assistant. And with that customize button, you'll be able to customize some prompts for your AI assistant. So what we're going to do is hop into a sample meeting note that I've made, and I'll show you guys how that meeting minutes function works. So as you guys can see, we are in a sample Zoom call for 2530 Media. And if you guys see here, I have some sample attendees. Inside of this sample, we just have some topics of discussion, which I've made some bullet points of. So once you've concluded your meeting, this is where you can go to your AI tools. And if you want to just email the notes you have how they are, you can go ahead and email them. The thing I like about the meeting notes is the actual meeting minutes. This will use AI to kind of make some minutes of your notes. It'll be able to identify those action items and those bullet points that you've made. It should be able to go through your information and kind of summarize it and be able to give you some meeting minutes that you can then share with your team. So just like anytime you use AI, you should make sure you proofread the information it's giving you just to make sure that it represents exactly what you wanted it to say. In my experience, I haven't had to clean up too much when I've used the meeting minutes. Maybe a phrase or two, um, a different word or something that didn't reflect what I wanted to convey in the meeting or the minutes. So let's go here. And now we're going to select meeting minutes. And this will give you the opportunity to process up to 5 pages. Now you have the opportunity to create the current page. You can do all pages. Or if you hit custom, you can do a custom range of pages of your notes. So we're going to hit all pages. And we're going to hit confirm. And now we're going to let AI do its thing. As you can see now, our meeting minutes are being created. Once those meeting minutes are created, you have a couple of options here. One is going to be to copy. The next is going to be to share. And what I like to do is just share these to my email. So I'll select that. We'll leave it as text. And then we will select email. From there, I can email my meeting minutes to myself, go through them again, and then however I want to use that information, I can use that information. So now once I receive my meeting minutes to my email, this is what it looks like. So you have the option to just email it like this, or you can send it to yourself, do some editing if you want to do that editing. And you can easily copy and paste this into your preferred email provider. Or, like I said, you can also just email this out to the attendees if you're comfortable with what you got from your AI created meeting minutes. So, we just went over working inside of the Notes app, both the paper and the meeting notes that are native to the AI Paper Mini. Let's talk about some pros and cons. One of the things I like about the AI Paper Mini is going to be the writing feel. I love the writing surface, and I actually like using the styli that is supplied with the device. Now, everybody knows I like my lammies, but the pen that comes with the AI Paper Mini, and I think this is the same pen that comes with the full-size AI Paper, it is a nice pen to use, and I do enjoy the writing experience. It has a real pen to paper feel when writing, even with the supplied nibs that they have inside the pen. I know you get two different style of nibs, so you can kind of see which one works best for your writing style or writing feel that you like. I probably will go back to using my Lammies or my Kaweco ALs, but the pen is nice. So the second thing I like about the note-taking experience on the AI Paper Mini is going to be the actual separation of the paper and meeting apps. I actually like the fact that you have a dedicated meeting app where you can take those meeting notes and there's a dedicated format. You also have AI that will allow you to take some meeting minutes and be able to share those with your team, your colleagues, or whoever you're having that meeting with. I know there are some people that would like to have just both functions within one notes app, and I can understand why they would want that, but I kind of do like the separation of the two notes apps. And the other thing that I like about the device, I do like the actual note taking experience within the paper app. I feel like I have enough tools to get my normal workflow done, and I do have a decent organization process that I can use with the folder and subfolder method that you have within the AI Paper Mini. Now let's talk about some things that Viwoods can change on the AI Paper platform. One of the biggest things is the filing system. I should be able to file my paper notes and meeting notes and the other two note taking apps that are native to the device that we'll visit in another video. I should have the opportunity to store these notes within one folder if I want, or choose which folders that I want to store them in. I might be taking some meeting notes and I have long format style notes that I wrote in the paper app and I want to save them together because they go together. I should have that opportunity. And right now, how the software sits, I only can save notes that I created in the paper app in the paper app. And when it gets to the meeting notes app, I really don't have a filing system. They're just saved there in the meetings app. So that's one thing Viwoods needs to take a look at and give us the option to file our documents the way we want to file them. Something else that they can change with the software, at least for me, is going to be linkability. I need to be able to link notes together. Uh, One of my workflows or processes in doing tasks, creative writing, things like that, is I like to work in multiple workbooks. I might have one workbook for character development. I might have another workbook for my storyline, and I might even have another workbook or notebook for something else that I'm describing within that story. And I want to be able to link those notes together when I need to. I don't want to jump in and out of folders, close windows. I want to be able to have some links, to be able to link some stuff, link notes to PDFs. And you don't have that tool right now with the Viwoods AI Paper platform. And so one of the last things that I think Viwoods needs to take a look at when it comes to the note-taking process is the ability to build some sort of table of contents. Yes, we have a tag system, but that tag system only tags a page. I would love to have a tag system where I can tag keywords or phrases, make headers, or give me the opportunity to build an outline, to build a table of contents. Right now, there's no way you can truly build a table of contents to index out your work. You can just make notebooks, file them in folders and subfolders only in one note taking app. And then you do have tags to make your information searchable. However, the tag is attached to only one page. I can't tag keywords or phrases or make headers. The software itself feels like it's there, but it's not finished. When it comes to me being able to use the AI Paper Mini as a daily driver for my needs at work, note taking, and things like that, yes, I can get it done. And I think I'm going to enjoy doing it. I don't think I'm going to have too many roadblocks and hurdles in my way to get that done. But like I said, the software does seem a bit unfinished. But we'll keep exploring the AI Paper Mini. The next video, we're going to take a closer look at the other two note-taking apps, and then we're going to take a deep dive into one of the shining points of the device, which is their calendar app that they call Daily. The Daily Calendar app, I think, is one of the biggest strengths of this tablet. So the next video, we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a more in-depth look at some of the AI features, and we're going to learn about the tablet together. I'm going to learn with you guys, and I'm going to tell you guys what I'm finding out. So if you stayed this long, thank you for checking out the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If there are any content creators still watching the video, I have a question. When you're creating your content, making your videos, what do you do with your hands? I don't know what to do with my hands. I bump the mic like I just did. If y'all knew how many times that I have to re-record something because I don't know what to do with my hands. And then when y'all see me like this, it's because I'm putting my hands in my pocket to make sure I don't do this and bump the mic. Let me know what y'all do with y'all hands. Rod, what do you do with your hands? I don't know what to do with my hands.